Oh shit. We got Nunchuck Robbie on the other side here. I don't know where he even got those. What?
For those of you just listening, you really missed out on that one, because that was an example of what happens if you don't hit that like and subscribe button right now.
I've had a bunch of people actually tell me that they don't watch it on YouTube, but they have, subscribed just to be nice to us, and that is perfect for sure. I would love for everybody to do that. But honestly, why are you not watching? It's fun to look at our faces when we're talking.
I'm really good looking, so.
No, honestly, we don't do much.
But what we do is bring the thunder, and
always.
In this episode is full of lightning. Boom, roasted. Check it out. I mean, we really get into it today.
Yeah, we talk about Robbie went to the Cubs game. We got an update on an old fucking idiot from a long time ago.
Jordan's dad doesn't like fun, so you'll understand that in the episode. Yeah, just really, we covered all the bases. It was almost like we were just dropping dimes and double plays. So
yeah, basically,
jump into the episode and enjoy it, because it's here to be enjoyed.
If you don't like this one, there are 77 other ones you can probably listen to.
True.
Just in case. I don't know. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't like this one. If you want, you can send us an email, twofuckingidiotspod@gmail.com. And let us know. Please don't be mean at this point, because we do get some emails. We do get some emails. I don't know what's happening right now.
Whoa!
All right, let's start the show. Enjoy it. Hopefully everybody sticks around. There's some weird stories all the way from the beginning to the end, so have fun.
Oh, it's good.
Let's do this.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two fucking idiots.
So Sawyer took a big-ass tumble at the Cubs game the other day.
Oh, no.
And,
was he going for a foul ball? Did he fall out of the stands? Oh.
No, it was actually the playoffs, and Moises Alou went up to who was it? Was it
Moises Alou, yes.
Went up to catch a foul ball. Oh, didn't he used to pee on his hands, Moises Alou? Wasn't that like a whole thing?
That was the story about him, because he never used batting gloves. But he was a fucking good player, so I should have started pissing all over me at this point.
His knocked knees, batting. Someone posted when someone talks about a weird batting stance, what's the one player you think of? And Moises Alou was the first one that came to my head.
Well, Moises Alou had one where his knees were together, and it was this weird hourglass shape.
Yeah, and he had his.
He used to play for the Astros, and the Astros also had a guy named Jeff Bagwell who was the exact opposite, where he literally his legs couldn't have been more far apart, and he kind of squatted while he sat. So I don't know what kind of fucking hitting coach they had on that team, but the guy was just do the opposite. Yeah, literally, for real.
To the bottom of the fucking Grand Canyon, which I'd love to see, by the way. All right, so my niece, we get there in the beginning of the first inning, I think second batter or something like that.
Sure.
Cubs are already playing pretty well.
Dude, Wrigley Field is a bitch to get into at times. Especially on a weekday, I can imagine it becoming hard
you go to Miller Park, and it's there's it's still Miller Park, who cares? It's there's a gigantic parking lot.
Hold on 1 second. What? You're in the middle of this story. The door is closed, and this fucking shadow of a person just walks in and scared the fucking shit out of me. What are you looking for?
Steph, get over here.
Say hello.
I put him in here.
Say hello to all the fucking idiots. Hi, Steph.
God, Jesus. What are you looking for? Jesus. Dude, she's wearing... It's dark in here. I have mood lighting in the background.
Yeah.
She's wearing black leggings and a maroon hoodie. So I just saw a fucking Dementor fucking come into the room. That's fucking scary as shit.
You're is it cold in here?
Sorry. Okay.
Expecto Patronum, motherfucker.
Fuck, I made eye contact with her, and she's like, shh. And I was like, no, my heart can't fucking stop. My heart... sweating.
Is she
now.
robbing a bank? You're the teller. She shows you the guns.
I don't know. God damn. I'm literally. I have like adrenaline, and my arm is now moist from just being clammy. Anyway.
All right, we'll get
Cubs
back
game.
to my story, but let's address something here.
Uh-oh.
Steph's presence is making you that nervous. Is there something we need to talk about, Jordan?
She's violent. She's
Yeah,
Reno Steph.
do you-
I don't know. You didn't know.
Yeah.
That
It
was a joke. And now, like, people that are that don't need to know that are like, oh, I've heard of Reno Steph. And I'm like, that's obviously a joke at this point. Like, she's not mean.
Sure.
Wink.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Jordan, do you feel safe? If you do, say egg salad sandwich, okay? Okay, good. So we got to get someone over there. All right, so
yeah. Anyway.
So we're sitting there, and first of all, this guy sitting next to us gets up and steps over the seats to the next landing because he has fully formed, 5'9" legged adult. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like he can make the step. Comes back with a bag of peanuts, politely asks us if Sawyer has a peanut allergy. Because I put Sawyer's ass. Yeah, dude. Literally like.
Wow. My brother's allergic to peanuts. I don't think I'd even fucking ask.
No, I'll chew peanuts and talk to him like close to his face.
I'll just smash the bag in front of the kid. Holy shit.
So
that's
he's like,
really thoughtful.
Seriously. If I had to guess, they were, and I mean, just throwing it out there, right, for no reason in particular, seemed Jewish. Just like whatever.
Was it the curly sideburns? Was that it?
Yeah. And so, and I mean, most Jews I know are super nice. So,
damn, man.
Jerry Seinfeld, Anne Frank,
Larry David,
wonderful people. So those are all the Jews I know. But, so Sawyer's like, Sawyer's like, hey, why did he do that? And I was like, oh, just so that way we didn't have to move. It was just being nice.
Yeah.
So then Sawyer's like, oh, that was pretty cool. I forget all about it. So like we're an inning or two later. It's like the third inning. And my niece is just like, my sister's about to go nuts. Because when it's your kid, when they're like upset, it triggers you. I'm sure with Albus, like when he's upset, you feel more like vulnerable.
Yeah,
so
we'll get to that later.
Like, yeah, exactly. So we're like trying to have fun, and she's like, I want to go home. So I'm like, how about this? They sell little helmets with ice cream in them. You guys want some ice cream? And they're like, hell yeah. So I'm like, Sawyer, should we take a trip? Father, son. Yeah. And I figured it wasn't going to last long. So at this point, I'm just trying to stay as long as possible. I'm like trying to squeak out a couple more batters. So first of all, Wrigley does not accept cash anymore. Not even the vendors. No cash at all. Apparently, which for me is hard because I ride that, because I keep cash on me as a bartender. Sure. I ride that line between overdraft fee and like waiting for the next overdraft fee. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I run on cash. So
money laundering is what you're doing.
Yes. And I'm washing money usually. Man, you'd think I'd have way more money, but that's fine.
You suck at
it.
And
so we go and we get a couple of baseball helmets with ice cream in it, and
$49
for $49, and we come back, and I'm like handing my sister a beer because I drove because I wanted her. My sister works so hard.
Sure.
Like I don't want to compliment women in general, but like my sister just works so hard and is like a great mom. And
sure.
Just deserves it. I just wanted her to have fun.
For sure.
So hand her another beer. Get ice cream to my niece. As I look up, Sawyer's like perpendicular with the ground. It looks like he's hovering, and everyone's like, oh my God, people are jumping up to help him. And I'm like I'm like, Annalise, take this fucking ice cream, please.
The peanut guy's putting on like gloves so he can help. He doesn't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm wearing cologne. I don't know if it would bother you or not. And so I get over there, and what had happened was, like we understand the physics of those chairs. You got to keep
the spring-loaded seat.
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep the weight here. So Sawyer pulls it down, and he's holding like a hot chocolate in one hand. And a helmet full of ice cream in the other hand.
Oh my God.
Luckily, I think it was like you could open and close the lid. So maybe it was closed or he had drank most of it. We didn't spill all over anyone.
Jesus.
But when he fell, those went flying in crazy directions. And so I get over there and I look, and when he stepped, he pulled the chair down and he stepped here.
Yeah.
And so when he went to put his weight on it to kick his leg over, it flipped up and his leg went down into that crevice between the back of the seat and the bottom of the seat. Oh. So his leg stuck. He's like hanging there. I'm thinking he just snapped his tibula in half.
Anderson Silva himself.
Yeah, seriously. And oh God, it's like, when we feel pain or whatever, like I said, but when your child feels pain, it's just like way worse.
Dude.
It just hurts so much more because I'm like, yeah, I've been hitting the head with shovels. I've taken a face full of gravel. Yeah. I could handle a fall like that, but I'm thinking no way.
Yeah.
So I get over there. I lift he's trying to pull his foot out and he's freaking out now. You know what I mean?
He's in a bear trap.
Well, yes. Seriously. And like in his brain, he's like, I'm never getting out of this thing. Like, and it's funny to laugh at now, but so I get over there and I'm like, I'd lift the seat up, get his leg out, lift him over. And then it's like, he didn't have time to cry before that because he's like, he's so disoriented. Because when you take a fall like that, it's like you didn't expect to fall. So
he
now
literally fell through a trap door, basically, in his mind.
Seriously.
So,
And so I get him up and I hug him and he's just like sobbing and sobbing. And everyone around us is like, probably trying not to laugh, let's be honest. But they also felt bad, and they were like, so then my sister's like, I don't know, maybe go get him some more ice cream because his ice cream fell on the ground.
Sure.
And me, which germaphobes would hate me, but I just like scraped off the piece of ice cream that was touching the ground, splat, threw it on the ground. I'm like, good as new.
Sure.
But Sawyer's much more mature than me, so he's like, I'm not fucking eating that.
Yeah.
So I calm him down enough to where he's kind of stopped crying, and I always give him the, hey, does it hurt less now than it did when it happened, which that kind of pisses him off now because he wants to be angry, because when you get into that fury.
Sure.
But I'm like, well, does it? He's like, well, no, it doesn't hurt as bad. So I'm like, all right, so chill the fuck out. I'm going to go get some more ice cream. When I got back, both kids are crying. Sawyer's like, Annalise is like, I just want to go home. I want to go home. And Sawyer's like, I want to go home too, but I also want to catch a foul ball, so I don't know what I want. And I'm like, okay. So we sit down. I'm like, Megan, drink that beer as fast as possible. We end up getting out of there. Sawyer has like, this part wasn't funny. Sawyer had like a panic attack. Not like overzealous. He just, I think the adrenaline and then like, being in shock from falling. And we had been awake since 5 o'clock in the morning because he has school and blah, blah, blah. And there's, 20,000 people around us. It's just like crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably was giving off some nervous energy too. And so we get out of there. Sawyer's like having a really hard time and just crying. And he's like, go home, like just repeating himself. And like, I hate to say this. I hope parents understand. I really do love Sawyer more than everything in the world.
Yeah.
But when you start to feel anxious, things just like gnaw at you. Yeah. So then eventually I'm like, Sawyer, you have to stop just repeating yourself 10 times, please. Like, just breathe. We've got to work our way through this. My sister's like, how about you count? So we listened to Sawyer count to 300. And then he was great for some reason. That did the trick.
His favorite movie as well. That's so awesome.
Yes. Welcome to Sparta, bitch. So,
dude, oh man,
anyway.
I'm sweatier now from listening to that story at this point.
Well, you're also coming down from, being threatened, your life being threatened by stuff. So that's
an interesting tale at this point. You should turn that into like a short story and like illustrate it, and you'll somehow be a millionaire.
Oh, it was a lot of fun though. And we left and then the Cubs ended up losing. So when we left, it was like 3-0 or something like that. So
yeah.
According to those kids, the Cubs won their first game ever.
I mean, I'm glad you guys win at least. I mean, you won the ticket, so you didn't lose anything really from going there and having a traumatic experience. But
yeah, we could see the players' faces.
did Sawyer have to pee at all while he was there? Because I feel like that's another traumatizing thing at Wrigley Field.
But, but Wrigley is half piss trough, half urinals now.
Yeah. Oh,
they added the urinal, so Sawyer handled. He's like, "What's that?" And I was like, I literally was like, "It's a trough that you pee in." It's like, why? Like it's just the way.
Because you can only put 8 urinals in here, and you can fit 49 fucking guys right next to each other pissing. So
dude, the bathrooms at Wrigley used to literally just be like a long troughs around the outside and one in the middle, right? Like
I remember. I don't know when they updated that, but I remember just being a kid and just being like, "This is a dick farm in here. Like there is so many dicks."
Yes.
So many dicks, so little time. This is ridiculous.
There was a money farm of dicks in here.
It was too many. Anyway,
agricultural.
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Yes, welcome to the podcast.
That might have been the longest opening story of the podcast history, but it was good. It was
I didn't mean to even talk that long, but you
start rolling.
You start rolling. It's hard. I'm Robbie, by the way.
Oh, and I'm Jordan. And we do have an actual podcast, in case you're wondering.
Yes, the two fucking idiots. That's
who
we are.
Some people seem to be concerned about whether we actually have a legit podcast or not.
Are you fucking with me right now?
No. We went out to lunch the other day.
Because I'm gullible, okay?
Yeah, we went to lunch the other day, and this person was like we were talking about the podcast because everybody kind of mentions things to me. Like, they're all producers at this point.
Yes.
Something happens and they're like, you should put that on the pod. And I'm like, I have a couple of anecdotes for this week's. I might throw it in the mix if it comes up. But
it might be good enough, but I'll make that decision.
It might be good enough for the 6.5 people to listen to this.
Yeah.
But somebody was like, you have a podcast? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you fucking with me? Because I'm pretty gullible. And I was like, we have 77 episodes. It's not like we started this last week. Like
78 when you're hearing this.
There are so many hours of me saying dumb things.
Yes.
At this point, but it was interesting. What's up?
I hate to jump back on that, but something you said kind of piqued my interest. I have an update for you.
Do you have a dumpster too?
No, yeah, and it's in my fucking driveway, and I'm pretty pissed about it. All right. Mm-hmm. So, like over a year ago, last February. I mean, really, when we first started the podcast, it must have been like one of the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Sure.
Jordan relentlessly made fun of a guy who had just died.
That is not true.
And I kept telling him, I'm like, Jordan, don't do that. That's not okay.
Yeah.
So really what happened for our new listeners, my mom was driving to work and called me and was like, hey, there's this guy sleeping on the side of the road. God, I shouldn't even say it. And so you should call the police. So I called the police and they went out and checked. And at the time, that's all the information we had. You know, I thought they put him in the drunk tank, shipped him home. So Jordan and I may have, made a few jokes about this guy.
He was your fucking idiot, wasn't he? Isn't that what it was?
Was it?
I don't remember. I just knew that we brought him up somehow.
It could have been, yeah. And I said some pretty disparaging things about someone who we found out later was actually just dead on the side of the road, which is horrible.
Sure.
Hit and run accident. But, we didn't know at the time, and sorry to his family, who was obviously listening. But so I was reading an article the other day, and there's an update. The guy who hit him, they found and have at least charged and possibly convicted. I should probably remember what the article said.
Nah.
But I was distracted by something in the first 2-3 lines of the article, which said back in February there was an anonymous police phone call to tip off that this guy was on the side of the road. I'm famous. Okay, let me I
for a small part of I thought you were going to be like, famed podcast from Lake County. 2 fucking idiots brought this story to light.
Well, exactly. because I did not say I wanted to be anonymous. They could have put my name in that article, okay?
Yeah.
The Round Lake Beach Police could have passed my name along. I never said I didn't want to be credited. If anything, we might have a lawsuit on our hands.
The DA is a big fan and decided to listen and then prosecute. Yeah, dude, that's so funny.
Oh, man.
I mean, good for that guy getting some justice, right?
Yeah, rest in peace to that guy. And you're talking to a fucking celebrity, so you're welcome.
I called the cops a few times in my life.
What?
One time, my dad, I think I've told this story. God, this is so hard. 78 episodes.
You got to get there because I don't
myself.
remember this, and I'm like on the edge of my seat.
One time, we were all in the car, like our whole family was in the car, and there were some kids in front of us being hooligans, like throwing shit out the window, doing the Chinese fire drill thing, which I don't understand why that is called that at this point.
Lighthearted fun.
And I was probably like 11, maybe a little older. I really don't recall, but my dad had enough.
Oh wow!
And so he got out his Nextel and fucking and then chirped to the fucking 911. Yeah, and so he gets a hold of like dispatch or whatever, and he's explaining the situation. And I think they told us to follow them or something. I'm not 100% sure, but we kept following them. More shit gets thrown out their window. Like, they're just being crazy. They're driving all over the road. And my dad is just not having it. Like, he is just getting more frustrated because it's obviously a safety issue. Plus, we were in the back seat, so I'm sure he was trying to show that he's not going to stand for tomfoolery. That
he doesn't enjoy fun. Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So,
Tammy, if you're listening to this, you tell David what I said. Okay, thank you.
He gets we're on. I can't remember what road it is. I really don't remember anything about this story other than like the main parts. But we get on the road and we keep crossing into like fucking McHenry County instead of Lake County. Like, I can't remember what happens, but on the phone they're like, "Oh, sorry, you're actually crossing into McHenry. We need to switch you over to their whatever," which I think is kind of weird at this point. Like, if you answer the phone call, I don't care if I drive to Alaska, just stay on the fucking phone with me, please. Like,
you tell McHenry County.
Yeah, exactly. So
get them on the radio.
They keep switching them back and forth, and then by the time the third transition into a different county, those kids know that we're following them now. And they're like hanging out the window, yelling at us, doing U-turns, like doing crazy shit. So we're like Smokey and the Bandit fucking chasing these fucking kids. And my dad is getting progressively more and more aggravated by this dispatch that keeps fucking transferring. And all I remember is just like, the first one, he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem. McHenry, sure." And then like the third time he was like, "God damn it, I'm going to fucking hang up. I'm going to join these kids and start throwing shit out my window." But yeah, we called and like we ended up like meeting an officer or something and kind of like pointed in a direction. And I think they got like arrested or, at least pulled over or something. But that was fucking crazy. And then one other time I called on somebody that was being like kind of similar, but more, I thought maybe potentially drunk, like just kind of weaving in and out. And they made me follow that person too. And I was by myself and I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? This is a horrible idea. I am not in any sort of like fast vehicle where I can get away. I'm in a 98 Corolla that's like having trouble keeping up with this car. And it was like only me and this other car. So it was like pretty obvious. Every time they switch lanes, I was like, okay, gotta follow them. Like I just kept like I wasn't doing it like nonchalant.
You weren't like 3 car lengths back. You're not. I think the last time I had to call the cops besides that was when I was almost raped by that Polish bodybuilder.
Oh, yeah, I do. We've definitely talked about it on the pod.
Yes, we sure have. So, and that was I like forget about it. I think I block it out of my mind.
Yeah.
Because that was legitimately one of the most terrifying moments of my life. When he's surrounded by 10 cops. And he's going, "You're going to have to fucking kill you." Have you heard that TikTok where it's like the girl, she's like, "You're going to have to fucking kill me." You know
what that's from?
No.
That's from Ozark. They're like,
oh, yeah.
There's a scene where you're like, holy shit. Like, this is nuts. Yeah. Anyway. Man.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. You got anything else going on? Just
Dude,
your
weekend?
Weekend?
I've been talking a lot. I mean, I did some girl was giving me the eyes last night at work. She did not proceed to fall off the bar stool afterwards.
Hey, we're making progress.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm getting a little more confidence with this. She was a cutie. She was, thicker than a Snicker, as they say.
Sure.
And she was, she had little, like, the space balls, I don't know, on top of her head.
Just like springy balls on her head. Yeah.
It was like her hair. It was like rolled up in balls.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, it might have been like out of a cute TV show or something. I'm making drinks and I come over. I'm like, what can I get for you? And she's like, she stops for a second, does the head to the side thing. She's like, I like you. And I was like, I like you. Yeah. Because I'm thinking, money, 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 money.
Sure.
And she's like, I like you. I'm like, I like you too. But then it was like every time I was taking an order from someone else, because they had a birthday party at our bar.
Yeah.
So there's like 1,000 people there. She'd come up and be like, are you cheating on me? Which was like super funny.
Sure.
The first 2 times. You know what I mean?
I was just about to be like, as long as she didn't overkill, like, keep saying it.
Oh my God. It just, so then finally I just was like, I felt bad, but she was getting drunk too. So I don't blame her for that. I was like bragging that I was going to be a single dad once on a Halloween out before Sawyer was born. Like, drinks will do that to you. You wouldn't know, but
sure.
But anyway, her sister's a regular, so we'll see. I'll let you know if there's an update.
We'll have to stay on top of that one, as long as you're not cheating on her.
I better not. And it was like every time I spoke to another girl, I was like taking orders. And I'm like, I know this is like a joke right now, but it feels like this is normal,
Yeah. Oh, man.
We had our first fight, too. We got that out of the way.
Yeah, at least you just got it out of the way. Ripped the Band-Aid off at that point. Yeah. Man. Ugh.
How about you? How was your week?
Oh, man. We had our dog trainer come over on Thursday.
Nice.
Which we haven't had a training session with her since December, like a really long time ago. Basically,
so she's like, you guys have been working hard on it.
Basically, we, Steph and I both had COVID in like January, I believe. And then just, life happens and it's only an hour. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but it's like, when you don't do your homework, you don't want to talk to the teacher. No. You know what I mean? No. And even for an hour. And like, we definitely still do things with Albus, but we're not as like balls deep as we were, initially.
Wait. Balls deep in what?
We're not just like every day, like, okay, it's 4:30 training all weekend. You know what I mean? Like, we're just kind of here and there. And honestly, we've gotten better, but I was like nervous that she was going to come over. But we want to go on a vacation at some point in our lives. So we're trying to like, get him so that somebody could possibly watch him or maybe we could take him somewhere or something. And so she came over. Everything was fine for the most part. I want to say maybe like 5-6 minutes. He's kind of like, unsure of who she is. And, but for the most part, he's fine. And he's gotten a lot better. And so she basically told us that she thinks it would be beneficial if we start to like introduce him to people. So like, obviously, like when you came over, it's the fucking first time in 9 months he's seen another human. So he's just fucking amped, So we invited Kristen and Jared for dinner on Saturday to kind of just ease into him meeting 2 other people.
Yeah, makes sense.
It was pretty fun, honestly. We gave him she recommended we give him some CBD treats so that he can kind of relax a little and kind of give him like
hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know how many to give to him, but I know that he has like overpowered like some tranquilizer fucking pills before. So I gave him fucking like 2 and then like another one and then another one. And like towards the end of the night, he was sleeping, which I was like, wow, he never sleeps. Like he's just so fucking alert all the time. So it was a good time, honestly. I was trying not to scare Kristen and Jared, but I was basically like, don't look him in the eye. Don't pet him. Don't even acknowledge that he's in the fucking room, honestly, at this point. Yeah. And they were very receptive of that.
don't eat any fish within 3 days of coming over.
I was like, if
He
you guys
hates
just
fish.
stand still or just sit still, he won't care. He'll sniff you or he'll kind of be whatever. But I was like, but if you start telling like an animated story where your fucking hands are going all over the place, he will bite your fucking neck. Like he will fucking destroy you.
Go to the bathroom before you come over. You fucking hear me?
Exactly.
All right?
So they were good sports about it. We played some domino game. Jared fucking cheated the entire time. Somehow he won like more than half of the rounds. Anyway, but it was a good time. We cooked some burgers and had some food and just kind of hung out. What's that?
Was that the first time that they met?
Yes.
Officially?
Not through a glass, basically. The first time they ever came over, they were outside. So I was like, they'll stay outside while you guys, we can show you the house and stuff like that.
Sure.
But, so this time was the first time, and it was a success. I really want to like keep up with this though. So like I'm just gonna invite fucking random people to the house and just try to like eventually maybe a year from now he'll just be fucking chill about some things. But
Steph's gonna be like, "Are you cheating on me?" Be like, "No, I just met this lady at the supermarket. I was like, do you want to be my dog?"
Well, the thing
she started taking her clothes. I literally was just trying to introduce her to Albus.
When you were talking about how like you feed off of the energy from Sawyer and like all that stuff, like
vice versa. Yeah.
I am the worst with that because Albus loves me more than Steph. It's just the way it is.
Rightfully so.
He bonds with me more. And
you're a man.
I get nervous that he's going to do something bad. So then our trainer, who's like a behavioral fucking dog psychologist or something, she was like, well, he will feed off of your energy and maybe do something bad because you think he's going to do something bad. And I was like, but I've seen him do stuff bad, so I think he's going to do something bad. So we got a real chicken and egg situation here. Like, I can't calm down because he's not calm, but he's not calm because I'm not calm. Like, fuck this situation at this point. So
you need a couple of CBD dog treats.
Literally,
you know what I mean?
Steph was like, we need to give him some. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm trying my best.
God, Steph's already writing my jokes for the pod.
Yeah, for real. She's too funny.
She's hilarious. I don't want to volunteer anyone, but it feels like Kristen and Jared, if you were to ever go out of town, are the people who, because for you have to trust the people and understand that they won't judge you either, which I think you've pretty much gotten to that point with them.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, Jared, for like Kristen's be like, go let the dog out and hang out over there for a little bit. He'll come over, let Albus out, cook some burgers, wear your clothes. You know what I mean? Sit down in front of the camera, maybe record a fake podcast. Just, it sounds like you guys had a great time the other night, and he's going to be living your life, maybe even in your skin soon.
Okay.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous that they got to come over and hang out, okay?
No.
I'm fine.
Yeah, man. I think you might be right on all of those at this point.
Yeah.
And for sure he's laughing, for sure. There's no way he's not.
Oh, God, I hope so. Or he's going to be wearing my skin. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to offend anyone.
Man, yeah, it was a good time. It was a little stressful. We fucking, fake cleaned the house. I lit like 13 candles. Steph was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Why the fuck do we even have candles if we don't want to pretend like our house smells like lavender all the time? Like, what do you want from me?"
Setting the mood.
Yeah, I'm like,
God
what are we supposed to do? I vacuumed fucking way too much because I just want the carpet to have lines in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like that time when you had the girl come over that was gonna watch your dog potentially, and you were like, "Why don't you just sleep in bed with us?" Like, you just can't help but overly get excited. You know what I mean?
For sure. But hey, man, we're like 30 minutes in. We're gonna try to stay on track this episode. Last episode was a fucking nightmare.
Oh my God,
it was too much. So it's time for you to ask a question.
You ready for some mind-blowing facts?
I'm fucking ready, dude.
Me too, bro. Honestly, we've been doing the fucking idiots and the mind-blowing facts like back to back, like forever. I think we might try to spill in like a third one potentially, or maybe get rid of one for a while and just kind of do that. So please stay aware that we're not going to just stay the same. You know what I mean? We're gonna adapt to the times.
Marry, fuck, kill. All right. George W. But no, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's do it. We're gonna do that for sure. We'll keep pounding out our regular content here, but it's about time we spice it up. I think you're right.
Yeah. We're running out of facts for sure.
Yes. That being said, this is not even good. So we're gonna go for it. Do you want to go first or?
I can go first. So there are, an English word, or there's words for like all sorts of meanings out there. But English sometimes does not like have a word that conveys a feeling. I'll give you an example. There's 6 of them that I chose from this list that I saw. The first one on here is my favorite. I probably shouldn't do this one first, but it's my absolute favorite.
I can't wait.
It's a Georgian word, so it's from the country of Georgia.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm assuming that's another language. I really don't know. I looked up the word in Georgia, and it's like literally squiggly lines. Like it's the letters are not comparable to anything we would look at.
You mean like a southern accent?
No, it's just really bad. Anyway, the word is Shemomedjamo. 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 It in Georgian it means I accidentally ate the whole thing. So it means like where you're enjoying fucking a pizza or something, and you're just kind of in the mode, and then you realize you fucking accidentally ate the whole thing. You Shemomedjamo'd your fucking meal, which I mean I've probably been in too many Shemomedjamo moments in my life.
I mean, every time I've sat down for a meal, maybe my entire life. I don't know.
Dude, I have had so many moments with Steph where not in one sitting, so I'm not a fucking animal, but she like for some reason like my grandma gave us some cereal one time for fucking Christmas. My grandma does this really cool thing where she doesn't give us like Christmas gifts. She'll buy us like groceries or something.
Yeah.
Because those are useful. Socks are socks, but you can fucking always use some laundry detergent.
Yeah, of course.
And so she got us this thing of like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is fucking delicious.
Got some upstairs. Yep.
And I think I had a bowl on like a Tuesday, maybe like on a Thursday. I was like, oh, another bowl. Why not? Maybe even back to back on a Friday. By Sunday, that fucking box is gone for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm not eating like a quart at a time. Like I'm eating fucking a catcher's mitt full of fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch at this point. And
then you got to pour a little bit on top of the milk that's left to get a little extra cinnamon in there,
So I fucking I finished the box. Don't consult with Steph at all. Because in my mind, I didn't go crazy. I didn't eat it all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's
your grandma.
It's my grandma. So she from the other room, I'm like in this room basically. She's like, "Hey, do you know where that box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch is?" And I immediately am in I have a curious case of Shemomedjamo or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel so horrible that now I have to like pretend like I don't know that I have eaten the entire fucking box.
Yeah. Isn't there?
Yeah, I'm like, isn't it on the top of the fridge? I think. Yeah, that's where I saw it. And she eventually gets to the point where she's like, "You did it, didn't you?" And I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose.
Shemomedjamo.
Shemomedjamo.
I'm gonna start saying that in real life.
It's the fucking best word, dude. Okay, a couple other words. The word is Palenti, and it means to move hot food around in your mouth. So you take a bite of pizza, and you're like, that's what that means, apparently. We don't have a word for that. Palenti. It's Pelinti, and it's from Ghana. So they have a fucking cool word for that.
Georgia and Ghana killing it so far, the G's.
Laogenic. I'm pronouncing these wrong for sure. It looks like laogenic, and it's from Tagalog. Which is that a real place, or is that where Pokemon are born? I don't know what the fuck that is.
I could, given our viewership, I really don't want to fuck this one up, but I'm pretty sure that's from the Philippines.
Okay. It says, remembering Clueless, where Cher describes something as a full-on Monet from far away. It's okay, but up close, it's a big old mess. So that's what that means. Like From far away, this situation seems okay, but
Yeah.
up close, anyway, I thought that was cool. The Scots.
Wait. Say, Léogenique.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Damn it, dude! You could have just rolled with it and tricked me. There was no phonetic spelling on any of these or the pronunciations, so I don't.
Help us out here.
Shemomedjamo. I don't know what you want from me. I'm doing my best.
No, Shemomedjamo. All right,
Yeah,
don't
like,
talk about
the emphasis.
Shemamo like that.
The Scottish people get on this list with the word tartle. Tartle. So not turtle, tartle. And it's the panicky hesitation just before you have to introduce someone whose name you can't quite remember.
Yes, dude. Tartle.
Dude.
Yes.
My life is nothing but Shemomedjamo and tartle moments at this point.
I got caught in a turtle. Do I sound Scottish? Oh, I got caught in my belly. I got caught in a turtle.
Yes, okay.
Dude, how do you address that? Like, if you're with Steph and you don't know someone, you're just like...
that happens all the time. I just don't say anything. But Steph... okay. So Steph is fearless about a lot of things. She'll just fucking go, but she gets very nervous about situations like that. Or like we'll be at a store and I'll be like, oh, I wonder if they have any in the back because they don't have any on the shelf. And then me and her will both not want to ask. You know what I mean? Like, depending on the situation. So I think in those situations, we both just get our turtle asses out of there, and we don't deal with it at that point. I'm really bad with remembering names, though, so for sure.
Yeah, I can like pretend that I'm being a good dad, inspiring Sawyer to be social. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Sawyer, are you going to introduce yourself? And then he can be like, I'm Sawyer. They're like, hi Sawyer, I'm Mindy. Like,
yeah,
yes, got it. You know?
That's a good. Anyway. Fifth word on this list, cafoon, cafune, C-A-F-U-N-E. It's from Brazilian Portuguese, which is quickly becoming my favorite of all of the Portugal languages.
It's very Portuguese.
It is. Sure. It's a word for tenderly running your fingers through your lover's hair. So you just be cafooning it all day. I don't know. We don't have words for this shit, so...
I don't even have a fucking hair or a love, so thanks for that one. Thanks for that, Jordan.
Last one is from Thailand. Grengjai, Greng hyphen Jai. Grengjai? Grengjai? That feeling you get when you don't want someone to do something for you because it would be a pain for them. Oh. That is... Shemomedjamo, Grengjai, and Tartle. Those are the three main feelings I have all the time.
Dude. Yes. Wow. I need you to send me the list. I'm going to use those words.
There's a couple of them on that list that I was like, no one cares about that situation.
Sure.
But the ones I chose, I think, are more, apt for our audience and our lives.
Of course.
But the first one that made me even know about the list was the Shemomedjamo one. And I just busted out laughing because that is just so perfectly. I accidentally ate the whole thing.
Imagine someone walking in the room and being like, what's up? And you're like, Shemomedjamo. Like, I'm sorry. I accidentally ate every bite of the cheesecake.
That was for the party. What are you doing? Shemomedjamo.
Shemomedjamo. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love all of that. That's amazing. Sorry, I had to let it sink in for a second. Apparently, my brain was like, "Wait a second, just relish in this stutter for a second, get through it."
Yeah.
Nice, dude. That was good. That was really, really.
That was a good one for the first time and a really long one that I was like excited about for a second. So,
honestly, I'm baffled at you actually put together something quality. That was just not funny. That was just ruthlessly mean.
I wish I had a fucking Tagalog word for that because it would be perfectly. You hurt my feelings and upset the audience.
I really hope that that's from the Philippines. I don't
think anybody's going to fact check us on this.
Yeah, well, maybe. We'll see. Maybe one of our fucking idiots. So from last week. So mine is not nearly as fun as that. Okay. I hate to get everyone amped up for this, but I just thought it was interesting, especially because right now that's the first time the Bulls have been in the playoffs since like 2015 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's been the first 2 games were very fun to watch. The last 2 games have, as a Bulls fan, not been very fun to watch. It has not been going great.
Sure.
But so I was just like, wanted to know a little bit more about basketball. Because, yes, we laugh about the fact that it used to be white guys and now it's not and it's good. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually a solid product. But, so I wanted to go all the way back to the roots. So, who invented basketball, you might be asking?
Abner Doubleday. That's baseball.
Abner.
That's baseball.
You know that? Oh, okay. No.
As soon as I said that, I was like, that's wrong.
What a name, Abner. What is this fucking football head? What is this, Hey Arnold? What's the name of the pig?
Yeah.
James Naysmith invented basketball in 1891.
Mm-hmm.
He worked at like a YMCA, and they were like, we need an indoor winter activity, hence Massachusetts. So just come up with something, anything you can possibly think of. And so he's credited as the founder of basketball. He was from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Damn it.
But obviously it wasn't exactly like it is now.
Sure.
They used to play with peach baskets and soccer balls. And every time someone would score a goal, someone had to climb up and get the ball out of the basket.
Okay, what the fuck? How would they not be like, we should take the bottom off this basket?
Well, in 1900, they came up with the net. Like, the actual, like, the net. Oh, sorry. Yeah, in 1900 is when they...
But what I'm saying is after the second time fucking Wilbur had to go get the fucking ball, I'd be like, can we just take those planks off of the basket, please?
No, for 9 years, they were like, get the ladder, bring it in here. Right?
Yeah,
like,
there was a guy in stilts just waiting, like, I'll get the ball. I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
It's probably why he got his job. They were like, well, you're not really qualified to work at the YMCA. And he's like, I know how to stilt. Like, what? Oh, you got the job.
You're going to solve a huge problem for us. These games take days.
You don't understand this yet, but we need you.
That's fucking funny.
And it was 9 people per side.
What the fuck?
Well, because they were like, the way they wanted it initially was a game that a lot of people could play all at once.
Sure.
You know, not just whatever. And there was no dribbling, which you might have known that. I knew that. I think it was more like ultimate frisbee, like that you had to pass the ball once you got the ball.
Gotcha.
There was like a college that started dribbling, and then people were like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. And they incorporated it in the game.
Sure.
And so really what I got from this is that James Naysmith did not invent basketball. He invented soccer peach tub ball, okay? Like, it's not the same fucking... There's 9 people on each side. It's a bunch of weird, racist white people from Massachusetts that Kyrie Irving is flipping off, okay?
Yeah.
That's not what that is. So,
yeah.
Good for you, James, for squeaking out some credit here. It's a different fucking game. Okay?
I think the first, like, rendition of baseball was pretty close, but I'm pretty sure, and I could be way wrong about this, but I had like a fucking baseball almanac fucking fact book one time, and I'm pretty sure it was like 9 balls for a walk and like 7 strikes for a strikeout or something like that. It was like fucking ridiculous compared to what it is now. But I would say for the most part it was like pretty, normal the way that the game is played. But yeah,
back when Babe Ruth was drunk and high and smoking cigs and hitting home runs.
Dude, that's interesting though. I always like to hear the origin of like sports and just in anything really. Any origin story is pretty interesting. Just to be like, how did it get to where that is now? Like,
exactly.
The first guy was like, hey, I have a nylon net. And they were like, you get the fuck out of town. We've been doing fine with these peach baskets.
Yeah, we're good with this. Finally, he's like, guys, I'm telling you, I could save a lot of time.
He's like,
they said that
let me paint the picture. You score a basket, and then you don't have to get Stilty John or whatever. And they were like, That sounds good, actually. Let's fucking try that.
And John's like, this is a travesty. Can we not respect the beauty of the game?
Yeah.
If not for that, what do you even need me for?
Yeah, it's our heritage. We can't fucking change at this point.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. Dude.
Well, they said that they invented backboards to stop spectators from blocking shots.
What the fuck?
I couldn't find any more info on that. But sounds fucking reckless, dude. I don't know.
He's going up for a shot, and a newspaper kid flies out of nowhere and fucking knocks the ball away. That's crazy.
Almost as crazy as a college pitcher spearing a guy running around the bases for hitting a home run. Did you see that?
I did see it. Fucking people are babies in
Great
sports.
tackle.
In sports, people are fucking lunatics and babies.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I have an update for our third softball game.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Let me get ready.
Oh, man. All right.
Here we go.
So we get to the field. We play it on a real field this time. Actually, last game as well. There's a field that we play out here that's like all turf. It's really nice. And then there's this other field called Shadow Mountain, which sounds spooky, honestly. It's a fucking crazy. Yeah. It's the coolest name of all time. If I ever have children, I will name both of them Shadow and Mountain.
And Mountain, or a death metal band, either one.
Exactly. But it's a real field, which is odd because I don't have cleats that can be worn. I have metal cleats, but I'm not gonna. Oh, they're kind of fucking crazy about shit like that. So, kind of sliding all over the place and running around, and
Just take another tumble.
No, I haven't tumbled yet. First at bat, I lead off, hit a fucking screamer right to the second baseman. She fumbles it or something, so I get on base. Second person, I think Steph's behind me. I get to second, get to third. I score on like a pass ball or like an overthrow. So it's 1-0. Yeah. Like I'm feeling good, feeling great.
I'm liking where this is going.
I'm giving like fist pounds, everything. We get out there for our defensive attempt, and I'm pretty sure we gave up like 6 fucking runs again. Like just people pounding the ball or us just not being able to make like a simple play. And
Mary,
no, she was fine.
Mary, no, just
it was just so frustrating. Like we weren't getting killed, but it was just like, man, I don't understand. So every half inning, we typically do like a huddle before we go hit. Something I did in high school. And college, and it just kind of sometimes it felt like it helped. You know what I mean? You just come in, hey, everybody, let's go. Hits on 3, 1, 2, 3. That kind of thing. But after that first inning, I'm pretty sure I was like, listen, you motherfuckers, I did not come out here to get my ass kicked by a fucking team of grandmas at this point. Yeah. And I don't remember what happened, but I don't think we scored that inning. I can't remember. But yeah. We basically we had a better outing than the previous game because we got smoked in that game. But we ended up losing 9-5.
Damn.
Yeah, man. We had some really good.
Is this the same league? Did you guys level up?
No. As far as we're concerned, it is the same league. But I don't know if these people are just coming from like a better background, and like we played in a fall league, so maybe the fall league is it was freezing those games, so maybe there's people that are like, fuck that, I'm not playing, those are for the fucking rookies. Well, but
people rested their injuries over the winter, they're ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We just can't put it together. So we lost 9-5, but we did in fact turn 2 legit double plays, which is hilarious. One of them was like a screamer right back to me. I like fucking picked it out of the ground, threw it perfectly. Shortstop fucking throws it to first. Like we fucking turn a double play. It was amazing. Even the other team was like, moves. That was impressive. Like that was, it was really good. And then the second one was like a ground ball hit up the middle. The shortstop like flipped it to Steph at second, and she turned it. And I was like, what the hell? Like we have innings where we can't catch or like throw, but then we have innings where we're turning double plays. Like what the fuck is going on?
So I don't know if people know, no one does know this, but next week you guys play a pretty familiar rival.
We do. It's
some people well,
It's Kristen and Jared are actually thinking about coming to that game just to fucking witness.
Jared's going to be talking shit. Kristen's going to be flipping them off. It's going to be great. But here's the problem, okay?
Yeah.
First and foremost, still rooting for the other team, all right? I'm sorry, the Wyoming Whomping Willows or whatever their name is.
Yeah.
Rooting for them. So sorry to your team, anyone listening. But here's what could potentially happen. You guys are 0-3 now. You're used to winning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to show up juiced next week. You're going to be excited. If things start going in your direction, you guys are going to be very excited because you've lost 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's going to be some serious drama at work on Monday, okay? Because you know, like, if you do anything good and they happen not to be playing well, you guys are going to be like, yes, let's go. That's right. And they're going to be like, oh, look at these guys, whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess vice versa could be the same too, because it sounds like they probably haven't been. They're not 3-0, I'm assuming.
I don't know if they lost on Friday, but they did play the team that absolutely demolished us. So
yeah,
I'm assuming they did just based on the facts that we all are apparently horrible at softball at this point. I don't know what else to do.
How many people are going to quit from your company next weekend? I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's a late game too. It starts at 8:50. So
wow,
it's there's like a 6:30, 7:40, 8:50 game that you can play. So it's a late game.
Yeah.
So and it's at the field that has the turf. So it has like a bar in the center of the complex. So people get there either early or stay late and basically just drink and have fun. And it's a really good time, honestly. It's really fun. But I would assume that because it's a late game, people are going to get there early and just like have a bite to eat or do whatever they got to do and probably be a little tipsy before the game starts.
Yep.
So I hope all goes well. I honestly hope it's a fun game and maybe not even too competitive at this point. Like
maybe it can bring you guys together.
Yeah, I honestly think I'm hoping for that, and I actually think it probably will.
Turn and burn a couple double plays, see what happens, you know.
Yeah, I try my best to be like super happy for the other team because I just don't want to get shot in the parking lot from like some fucking super competitive person. I wish there was a word from fucking Switzerland that was meaning that he's always worried about being shot in the parking lot because that's kind of what my life is as well.
Zayana Bana is what it is. Zayana Bana. So.
I just like every time another player did something good for the other team, I would basically like compliment them, and I'm sure that. I'm assuming that probably gets on somebody's nerves on our team, but I just want them to know that I'm not like a fucking animal who can't like admire a good play at the same time.
Of course, of course. Know. So we'll just go with Zayana. We're gonna coin the term. It means not wanting to get shot in the parking lot.
Thank you. There you go.
Perfect English word. Shout out to America.
Oh man, that's perfect. So yeah, we lost, but we had a good effort, and then we went out for Steph and I and two other people wanted to go get some food. And so we went out for food. That's what I was trying to say. And we were going to go to Red Robin. And
oh, yum.
Yeah, Red Robin. Yeah, exactly. Red Robin, a guy that we were going to go with, he got there like 5 minutes before us because he had left before us. And he's like, hey, they said like an hour and a half wait to get there. And it was like a Friday night at like 8 o'clock maybe. I'm like, damn, man, that's fucking crazy. But out here, I'm not sure if it's the same out there, but they have like half of restaurants just closed. Like, there's just not people that can fucking work apparently, and I don't want to sound like a crotchety old man, but I've had it up to here with waiting for fucking like a normal meal. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just need to pay their people better or whatever it is, but it's fucking frustrating. So
let's figure it out.
That guy is like, hey, we can go to this other place. It's like a brewery down the street. They have food and stuff. So we get there and they have a food truck, which is fine. But they're like, we're closing in 6 seconds. And so we're like, fuck. Like, we already bailed on Red Robin. We don't have food at this food truck. But across the street, like a fucking, like, somebody just plopped it there because we knew we needed it, was a bar and grill. Literally. Like a place called, like, Blitz's Bar and Grill. So we walk across the street, walk in, we sit down. And I'm like, fuck, I'm kind of hungry now. I wasn't even that hungry because I had eaten before the game, but I was like, I'm just, be running around and
burning
it's a little bit later. Yeah, exactly. And we get in there and I'm like, can we get some menus? And the bartender's like, kitchen's closed. And I'm like, it's fucking 8:04. Like, what the fuck do you? I instinctually just said, what? Like, just like so stupidly, but I just couldn't understand that anybody would like close a bar and grill. Like, So I'm like, fuck, man.
What day of the week was it?
Friday. It was a Friday night.
Yeah, what the fuck? Come on.
Exactly. So
was this a breakfast joint? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. So I immediately fucking I'm like, I throw a little tantrum, right? And she comes back to our table and she's like, actually, the cook said that we could do fried foods. I'm like, okay, so at least I can get like chicken wings or something, something that's a little keto-ish. And we looking at the menu, like 90% is fried. So I'm like, what does that mean? Like, was the kitchen gone or no? I don't know what goes on. So we order some food and she's like, can I get anything to drink? And I was like, I'll just have a diet, whatever. And she's like, we're all out of diet. I literally was like, what the fuck world am I in at this point? Like, I can't do this. She's like, something's wrong with our CO2. I'm like, well, then swap it with another one. Like, I don't fucking understand. I was like,
just bring the bag and a straw. I'll drink the syrup straight. Okay.
I was like, just give me a water. It's fine. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you're just ruining my Friday night. We already lost.
They had water though?
Yeah. Well, I was afraid they were going to be like, we only have ice. I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God they had water.
Man, I don't know, man. But it was a good time. And hopefully next week I have an update for you that is more exciting. And
can we live stream this game somewhere? I'm trying to see it.
I really want to maybe I can see if like I can maybe record like a few like story moments or whatever. I'm really bad at that shit, but maybe I can like contract somebody to just take a few like live moments, you know what I mean?
KJ's finna be there, you know what I'm saying?
Hopefully. I'm not sure if Kristen's gonna go because it's late. I'm not sure. She was like, true. "Oh, what time is it?" We said 8:50, and she seemed less enthusiastic about that.
She's like,
time.
"Oh yeah, I'll let you know for sure." Yeah.
Yeah. But oh man, so that's all I got for this one, man. I think it's a good place to wrap it up.
I'm spent, honestly.
Yeah.
It feels like we're 3 minutes into a sexual experience. I'm exhausted. So
78 episodes in.
Yeah. Yes,
shit.
Sir.
I forgot to mention we got some emails this week.
That's right.
Mary Roberts sent us a really nice one. She invited you out to Reno.
What's up?
Probably on your own dime. I didn't see any sort of like credit card numbers in that email, so I really don't.
What?
I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's probably on you.
That's pretty telling of what kind of person she is. If she doesn't pay for me to come visit Reno, and my son.
Matt McClure sent us an email.
Matt.
Basically explaining that we don't deserve any time off.
Yeah, calm your fucking nips, Matt. Okay, we recorded an episode. All right,
and then
take a chill.
Lastly, Jared actually sent us an email about how much of a calf man he is. Apparently, got some compliments from somebody at a gym about his calves.
My man,
and he thinks he can kind of compete with us, and that's. I just hate to say it, but like our calves are on another level.
Yeah, and I mean. 100% agreed. Also, you putting yourself in my category, okay?
Yeah.
Is preposterous, okay? I've got the best calves in the business, so
So,
but yours are pretty good. Jared's probably fine.
No, mine are the best. You guys are the worst.
Did you like category?
Category is hilarious. Yeah, now that I have this list up, I just want to keep thinking of random words for like better calves than you. Just like calfatonic or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably come up with a better calf word because that's kind of my area of expertise. So
yeah.
Shout out to him and his calves. As calf boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to him.
Shout out to everybody that thinks their calves are better than ours, and it's just never going to happen. So,
all right, everyone in the comments, marry, fuck, kill. My calves, Jordan's calves, and Jared's calves. Okay?
Yeah.
I think I know.
I think we need to do like a photo shoot of our calves and like make them like glamour shots. Like I'm gonna like oil up my fucking calves and like get like some mood
do whatever
lighting.
You have to do, to win.
Maybe some like
might
smoke,
be our worst.
like some fog underneath them.
just posting a whole episode of our calves may be the worst idea, but also maybe the best. So we'll see.
Maybe we can do an episode where, like a hand puppet, like instead of having the puppet talk, we can just flex our calves whenever we're going to talk. So our calves look like we're talking. You know what I mean? Put some googly eyes.
Yeah. Well, yours will probably cramp up because your calves might be for show, but mine are for go. Okay. What it's worth.
I got the money calves. You got the show calves. I'm ready to go. All right. Send us an email if you want to be a part of this calf discussion.
Yes, please. Marry, fuck, kill.
Two fucking idiots. Pod at gmail.com.
Also, I'm just noticing right now, I look really good right now. I don't know if it's the shirt but if you're listening on something other than YouTube, run over to YouTube. Do me a favor, fast forward all the way to the end so you can see what I look like right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead.
I forgot to mention this. I got our first ever fan mail gift ever in the history of the podcast at this point.
That's right.
So I'm going to stand up right now. I got a shirt. This is because of the dumpster story, because everybody laughs at the misery that I had to deal with. But it's a shirt with a cartoon dumpster that's on fire, and it says, "It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine" on it. And got it from an anonymous fan at this point. I know who sent it, but I don't know if they want to be outed. I'm not sure. But I'm wearing it.
T-Dot, thanks for the shirt, T-Dot.
Yeah, no, it was very funny. I was absolutely confused when it came in the mail. I had no idea I had forgotten about the dumpster story because I'm over it at this point. So I opened the package and I'm like, where the fuck is this from? Who is my life a dumpster fire? I'm like, what the fuck is this? There wasn't a note or anything. So I was really confused. And then somebody texted me later and I was like, is this about the shirt? I think.
Yes. Yeah.
So no, thank you very much. It fits.
No,
perfect.
Amazon was like, yeah, this guy's life pretty tough. We better send him a random.
It's actually really funny that that meme with the dog that the room is on fire, and So there's a person I work with. We talk about that fucking meme all the time because there's moments where we feel like that. It's just fucking the room's on fire and we're just like, oh god, this is crazy. So when I saw it, I thought it was that meme or at least something like it, and I was like, did she send me a shirt passive aggressively? I don't even understand where. I was so confused for a second, but very very generous. And then if you just want to keep sending us random shit about the podcast,
maybe me something.
Robbie's address is
Yep. All right. Dub it over.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you on behalf of Jordan for the gift. Not on behalf of me. And send us an email, check out the website, and let us know whose calves are the best. In order, 1, 2, 3, Robbie, Jordan, Jared. All right.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Peace, guys. Ow.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two fucking idiots.
Ow. Oh, I just slapped my fingers so hard on my microphone stand, dude.
Oh, God, that was a lot. That's a lot to go with. I felt like it was kind of, I don't know. It was kind of we hit almost everything except for the floor hockey coaching thing.
Oh yeah.
But
probably better.
It was just boom, 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 and I was like, holy shit, we're fucking flying here. We got a lot of shit to get to at this point.
Was that 2 hours long? I don't know. It felt long.
It was an hour and 6 minutes, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I have a timer up the entire time, so I know where we're at for the most part.
So it wasn't just an hour, 6 minutes. It was exactly.
Yeah, basically.
They say you shouldn't admire your work while it's happening, right? Boxers get knocked out because they are admiring their slip or whatever.
Yeah.
I felt like I enjoyed listening to that episode while it was happening. I don't know. I felt like that was a good one.
We'll feel the same. And actually, I was going to tell this story on the pod and I never got to it, but I can tell it while Matt's listening.
Yes, this is for you, Matt.
When we were at that lunch, somebody mentioned, man, what the fuck was the story? Somebody mentioned a story about something that somehow I have a story that involves that thing as well.
Of course.
And I take over the fucking lunch. Like I can't help it. And somebody at the table, super awesome, nice compliment, was like, can you do stand-up comedy? Because you literally have like a story for every situation and it's always hilarious. And I obviously that's a really nice thing to hear, but I hate compliments, so I want to run away from the table. And also it's the worst thing to hear because my ego is just fucking through the roof at this point. Like,
you need new headphones for sure.
Oh man, he said it, and I'm just like, man, I can't add another fucking compliment to this fucking bag. Like, it's overflowing, it's heavy. I can't fucking do it anymore.
People say nice things to me so often that it's like I can't even.
Well, like when I edit the podcast, I have to listen to it, and I am cracking up at like the stupid shit that we say. And Steph sometimes comes in here and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "We're just too fucking funny." I don't know or like I'm sometimes like amazed at like the stuff that comes off of the top of our heads that is funnier than if we had a week to think of the funny line. You know what I mean?
Honestly, for me, after all of that, category I feel like was my shining moment in that whole podcast.
For sure, man. Oh, fuck.
Oh, so funny.
It's
dude.
Stressful though. Hey, it's stressful getting compliments and then having to uphold those fucking, expectations for my life.
Well, especially when there's just salad and bread shavings all over the table,
Yeah, we didn't even get to that. Maybe next time.
Only for gingers, am I right?
Yeah,
anyway.
for sure. All right. Well, let's end it here.
Let's do this intro.